Well, look, guys, welcome to the 13th episode of the Made in Dreams podcast. I am your host, Mighty Vicious, here forever with my co-host, Jamie James. There he goes. I like how he does his little salute thing. That's become a staple of the intro. And today we have Aecert here with us. And I'm sorry, I did pronounce that right. Right?
Aecert, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
We probably should have went over that before.
Yeah, I had confidence. I had confidence, and I feel like I had heard you say it a bunch of times on YouTube. And so I was like, I felt confident that I was remembering it correctly, and I'm glad I am. But anyway, we have Aecert here today, a.k.a. PS5's Heart of Darkness. Yeah. All right. We'll get into explaining that later in the show. But as always, let's go ahead and kick it off. Let him tell us about him. Give us your entry into Dreams. Tell us everything.
I guess it makes sense to start with Project Spark.
Oh,
God, that was like my first kind of. Well, actually, Little Big Planet 2, but I was like 13 then, or 13, 15. So Project Spark was my first like game making software, I don't know, passion, whatever, hobby. Then that got shut down. So then I was just waiting for Dreams. In the meantime, I got a computer science degree, and I've been playing Dreams for the last, 2 years almost.
Lucky bastard.
Do you have any like specific or?
Oh no! Keep going. Tell us about yourself. I like hearing people's backgrounds.
Okay. I got you. I've been playing Dreams for about 2 years. I've been streaming it for also about 2 years, and I've been trying to like make some YouTube videos on it, mostly tutorials. I want to get more into like game. What's the word? Development videos, yeah, devlogs. That's what I was looking for. But so I've been doing that. I guess I'm most known for like the ability of the Dreams logic, and doing that kind of stuff. I'm not great about talking about myself.
Okay. You seemed so confident before we started. It's like me with your name. You seem so confident.
I did not prepare anything. I'm honestly.
Well.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say straight out.
Yeah.
I too am currently doing computer science. I'm getting a degree in that. And the fact that you can do what you can do with the logic baffles me, because I'm doing the same course and I can't figure out any of it. So
yeah. What year are you? Are you like a sophomore?
Yeah.
Are you really? Oh, that was a good guess. I would say the computer science degree does not. It doesn't really directly translate to Dreams, but it helps me when I think, like when I'm trying to solve a problem in Dreams. It helps to think like, how would I solve this with real programming? And then attempt to use that train of thought in Dreams. Again, it does not directly translate at all, but it just helps you think differently, I guess. But I mean, you still need to like learn what all the gadgets do and all those tricks. It just comes with time. You just need to practice. Every project you do, you learn a little bit more. That's why it makes me cringe so hard when people are like, just like their first thing is just this giant RPG, and it's like it's not gonna work out.
That was my downfall when I first got into the early access.
I did the same thing.
It was my downfall. I thought of this game where I'd make parallel universes and different doors that open to different worlds, and each door would enter another dream. I got obsessed with the idea of a dream within a dream within a dream. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have a door that goes to another dream, and then there'll be 12 doors, and those 12 doors will go to 12 other dreams. And 3 months down the line, I was like, you know what? I'm just done. It's just, I'm going to try and make this stickman move. That's more of the obtainable goal.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I was playing Dreams all throughout the beta. I was not doing any crazy big projects. And then once Dreams got released, I was like, all right, I'm ready. I'm doing an RPG. And I knew enough to get me to do what I wanted to do, but I didn't know enough to be able to like pull it off, like put it all together. And it just like it got to a certain point where like there was just no more thermo. I just ran out of room. I just kept adding shit, and I didn't optimize it correctly, and I just had to completely drop it.
Do you think we will ever see an actual fully fledged RPG on Dreams?
Yes, I'm making one.
Oh, well then, okay then.
1 year later, I've learned. So I haven't worked on it in about a couple months. That is not because I quit. It's in a really good spot. I've been working on a couple smaller projects. Well, smaller.
I think that's that's really important for dreamers, because I mean I've jumped in on a few people's conversations just because you'll see it a lot, especially on Twitter, because that seems to be the home base of dreams on social media. Yep. Is that you see a lot of people that are like, I'm not feeling creative. Like you'll hear them say things like this: I'm not feeling creative today or this week. Like I think I need to, just force through it and work on it and keep chugging away at it. And I've been telling people the last couple of days that I think a lot of people need to understand that the reason they're losing that creative edge is because they've burnt out and they don't know it yet. And so they'll keep working, and then all of a sudden all you see them playing is, name game X, Call of Duty or whatever, and they just don't come back because they've just burnt out. And so I've been telling people lately, just, hey, like the reason you probably have that lack of motivation is because you've given everything. It's time to recharge the battery before you start hating it, because I've also seen people do that, where dreams becomes more of a chore for them. Yeah,
there's so many things that can cause you to lose motivation and burnout. Like getting stuck, right, and not knowing how to continue. But then there's also like you do the fun part, right, which is like the game, making it work, and then there's the polish, which is the last 10%, which actually takes the most time. And it just is so boring and not fun. But you need to do it or you'll never release a game. It's so important to like release something and know the entire process, because the unknown is scary. And if you've never released a game before, then you don't know how much work there is, right? You don't know how long the polish actually takes. And you think you're almost done, and then you think you're almost done. Next week, you're almost done. And it's just then you never finish because it's more work than you think. And
well, that's it. And I think that Dreams, for those that play it, have opened a lot of people's eyes to game development in general, and like especially like I did have an insiding into how development works for games because I'm just have a general interest anyway. But since actually playing Dreams and being part of a team making a game, you realize there is so much more to it, and you can research it as much as you want. Until you're actually in it and you're doing it, you'll never truly understand how much goes into making something so small
like
work
Rust
properly. Yeah, like Rust.
Now, Spicy Waffles, you're a part of this, so no, we aren't talking crap, okay? But we've had a talk with our team currently regarding Rust, and for someone like me, like I went to school painting and printmaking, double minor in philosophy and religion, and so none, like, other than the art part, like there was no computer science. Logic blows my mind. XXX, whatever. So, but we've been talking with basically our sculpting team and trying to be like, we want a Rust look, and the way that they describe to us how to make Rust is the weirdest thing we have ever heard. And
so like rusted metal, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And so for me, and mind you, like I know you said you've only seen one of our episodes, but mind you, I suck. Okay, at every piece of like I've gotten to the point where I'm becoming confident in my sculpting, nice. but it's been a long road, okay? And Logic, I'm not even going to try. I'll hire someone. Like I'd rather pay money than try that. But like, yeah, the way they describe making Rust to me, I'm just like, is it not as simple as just getting your spray paint and spray painting layers of color to make Rust? And I know it can't be that simple. Like maybe it is, but I'm just saying it wrong, or we're not speaking the same language from a studied painter to and whatever to like a dream artist. But yeah, it blows my mind. Like that's how detailed, like that's how much you have to change your perspective of how you look at things when it comes to making in dreams. Like not everything is that drastic, but the idea that alone can cause like a week-long hiccup of like, but Rust though, like that's that is something. And you said you've been in this forever, so I actually want to go back to a topic from last week and get your opinion on it.
Sure.
Is there too steep of a learning curve to dreams?
Compared to normal games, there is a very steep learning curve. Compared to actual game engines, Dreams has the smallest learning curve possible, in my opinion. It's very, very friendly to beginners. That being said, it's overwhelming, but it's a game engine with more than what a normal game engine has. With real game dev, with real life game dev. I don't even know how to word this without offending people. With outside Dreams game dev, like Unity and stuff, you need to learn a separate program for every aspect. With Dreams, it's one program. So there actually is more to learn in Dreams than, let's say, Unity, but Dreams has everything. And it's also easier to learn. So yeah, I mean, there is a pretty steep learning curve, but you asked me if it was too steep, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they could make it any easier, frankly. I guess more tutorials, but
and well, see, that's the thing.
Gadget and it tells you what it does.
I feel it in itself is kind of breeds becoming more streamlined. Like the way the game was made, and being that there's such a helpful community, there's things that seem hard now, but once, like, I have to keep reminding myself that we're not even a year in on official release. And so when you think about this game over the 10-year plan and you think of year 2.5, maybe year 3, how many things you're literally going to be able to go in and just grab? Like all the logic and everything, where it's just like, hey, you need mouths that do this, just throw it on the puppet. Like, I mean, just that alone, I've seen videos this past week that have blown my mind. And it was the one thing that I was like, hey, being that they are masters, should release like their own little things to help streamline things and get people creating. But then I was like, but that's kind of the job of the player base.
Exactly.
And so, seeing things like this really makes me excited. But let's go into
eventually, like, after like Dreams gets to like year 2.5, it's already starting to be able to do it, but by 2.5 it will pretty much be, if someone wants to just jump on the Dreamiverse and drag and drop a game together, you literally will be able to just pick and play anything and mix it all up and make something truly unique out of a million different people's assets. That in itself is exciting.
It's kind of, you got to be careful like how the logic meshes together, but like, you can grab a character, you can grab like a map set kit, whatever you want to call it, shove it together. And then MM has already made like that racing thing where you drop the kit. I've never used it. So, but like you drop that racing
I'm above it, but no, I'm just,
there's this guy that just automatically like does it for you. You just have to drop it in, stuff like that. Like there's not a lot of that from what, admittedly, I don't really search the Dreamiverse for that kind of stuff. I make that kind of stuff, but I feel like as time goes, there's just gonna be more and more of that. Just pre-made games where you just fill it up. I've made a ton of remixable templates. Like I have a whole collection of just like for like an infinite runner, I don't know, I made Keld actually used this, the custom planet. It has its own gravity. You can like walk around it. But these are all like remixable templates. They're not, they're made for people to remix.
Mm.
I don't know. Time.
I would say I wanted to go into next something that you would, I don't know if you had posted it out so everybody could see it, but you had said that you were taking laser bounce.
Yes.
And bringing it or redoing it in mobile.
Yep.
And what has that journey been like? Like now that you did say you were in computer science, so I mean, I'm sure you have a handle, but is it frustrating?
I've got to say, dude, I made the mechanics of laser bounce in like 4 days, maybe 5 days, and it took me like a couple months in Dreams. Now, granted, like I already know how to program in Dreams. I was learning, but still, it like that part of it was very, very pleasant, not frustrating. But the other stuff, it can be interesting. Like currently, the engine I'm using Godot. It's okay that you don't know what that is. Don't worry about it. But think like Unity. It doesn't have. I'm struggling with adding like in-app purchases at the moment. There's because I'm using. If I was using Unity, there'd be a ton of tutorials. But for Godot, there's not that much. So like that's one thing. There's like kind of like a lack of tutorials for that, which is annoying. But so like I mean, you wouldn't have that issue in Dreams. There is no in-app purchases or anything like that. There's so much. Like the game is done actually, but there's so much to do other than the actual game. There's a lot of I guess polish, but to make it like a good mobile app. But I don't know.
So, and how is your experience from Dreams to developing outside of Dreams? Which do you prefer on a creative level?
Okay, so the programming is you can do so much more than Dreams. It's so much it's so much more powerful. But the assets, and like making it look good, like lighting. Dreams, it's so like I could even do it in Dreams, albeit not amazingly, but I mean you're seeing laser bounce and it looks pretty decent. Yeah. The app is a little less well lit, I guess, for now until I learn how to do that. Oh, and particles in Dreams is so easy. So yeah, that's kind of stuff I'm struggling with. Like asset making in Dreams is so easy. And if you can't make the asset, you can just find it. Now that's true for what I'm doing right now, but I mean, you can't really find the assets I'm looking for.
So let me ask you this, because I just had actually, you know what? I'm going to bring in two things from chat. First, we had Zypher75 who said, just want to gush on how Aecert got me into learning logic in Dreams due to super creative when it comes to building logic. Love his streams. I would just like to second that, because even though I would rather pay somebody to do logic for me, when I couldn't and I was trying to understand how it works, that's when I found you. And I wasn't part of the Dreams community on anything at that point. And I was just bewildered looking at your YouTube like, oh my God. And your video on an infinite runner game. Okay. Actually, I showed that to my friend who's he actually does programming and everything. And he was like, oh crap. And he went out and bought Dreams.
Oh, nice.
to make an infinite runner. But the Boom Shakalaka also asked that I ask you about Gungeon.
Sure, yeah. So I for my second, I call it the whatever code name or whatever. It's called RPG V2, because one is rest in peace. But for that, I also made. I also redid my procedurally generated dungeon for that. And every time I work on that, Boom wants me to turn it into a game called Gungeon, where it's a dungeon crawling game with guns.
What a great name.
Yeah, no, it's a good name. I'm
is.
not looking to copy that, and he will not let it go. So maybe we can put that to rest right now. I don't plan on adding Gungeon to my RPG. But thanks for asking, Boom.
So,
he's saying I'm not talented enough to make Gungeon.
He's trying to strike you from multiple angles.
Oh shit.
Next, let's go into Ghost Geezers. So I found Ghost Geezers to be very enjoyable.
I'm glad.
And I say that the way I said it because like when I was reading the breakdown of the game and it said survival, it completely turned me off. I was but don't take that as a general reaction. I'm a man of extremes. Had a hot action stud, if you would. And see, what it comes down to is like I don't play games to be stressed. That's just never my thing. Like if something is a narrative, I can take it because it's a narrative. And so anything that comes with that, I'm all in. But when something says survival game, or most of the time or horror, I just completely shut down. And I'm just like, oh God. But I played this game and great job.
Thank you.
Super polished.
Yeah.
Super polished.
So, let me just say, like, I did not just make this myself. This is the first game that the team I'm on has made. This was our first project. We got the team together and we were like, well, okay, let me just say the purpose of this team is to apply to the Media Molecules like contract job, but we needed like a portfolio first. And well, the Halloween jam was there and we were like, all right, let's try it. We weren't planning on making jams because we didn't want the time crunch kind of shit, but it was a Halloween, so it was like, all right, you know what, let's do it. And we were thinking about different things. We wanted, so we had this, we wanted to be a ghost, right? And that's pretty much all we had. We had a couple of different ideas. And just before I talk about this, it's a team of 5. I did not do any of the art. I didn't do the music. I did the gameplay. So yeah, but before, let me just say, it's me, obviously, Piece of Craft, Embergs, Duckonomics, and JJ. Am I forgetting anyone? Me, Duckonomics, Embergs, Piece of Craft, JJ. Yes, that's 5. Okay, good. Embergs is the genius behind the entire looks of it, like the atmosphere, the layout.
It's got his name written all over it.
Yeah, it really does. I was thinking of him when I played it.
It's unbelievable. Like I'm just looking at it. It's like what I watched him make it. Like we share our screens on Discord. I watched him make it. I turn away. I look back in like 20 minutes, and it's just it's crazy. It's insane.
He has a gift.
It's Oh, I mean, he is going to college for it, but you know, Piece of Craft. He did all the characters. He did the ghost possessing mechanic. When I say all the characters, I also mean the ghost. He did all the character animations. Really, really good job. We can't really see that, they're kind of far away, but it still looks really, really cool. It's a shame we can't look at them closer, but actually in the main menu you can. But yeah, so Piece of Craft, character stuff. JJ admittedly did not do much on this project. Not really her fault. She's on the team for narrative stuff mostly. And this isn't really a narrative game, but she did help out picking out the sounds, which definitely helped save time because we're again like crunching. We worked on it right up until the deadline. And then Duckonomics did he sculpted a good amount of things. But most, like, the main thing is the music. He did a really, really good job making the songs. His Duck cannot make a bad song. It's his music he makes. I mean, have you heard his music? Probably not. Just, I don't know, maybe you have, but he's really, really good. And then what did I do? I put it all together. Like
the glue.
Made the actual game system, and I also worked on the enemy's path. I worked on the enemy logic and the path finding, following, whatever. And also just like the actual game. And I also made sure these hooligans didn't increase the scope so large that we couldn't get it finished.
The ambition is real.
We were not short on ideas, but it's what
it's what you can do in the time you're given.
It's so easy to just go crazy. But yeah, so okay, that's the breakdown of the game in our team. Where was I? What was I talking about before I started talking about that? Do you remember?
I'm not gonna lie. I've been.
I've just been absorbing all of this information of who did what and how it was done.
Yeah. We were talking about Ghost Geezers. We were oh my god. Sure. Okay. So, right, we wanted to be a ghost. We knew we wanted the player to be a ghost. We had a couple ideas. We boiled it down to two. One was a more slow-paced, like it was all about oh man, I'm not going to do this idea justice, but I think the idea was you're trying to like it was more about like scaring, and it was slower paced. You would hide and wait, and it was more about scaring, and then obviously the other idea was this was what it turned out to be, which is a fast-paced, almost stealthy, fast-paced stealth game. And I know that kind of is an oxymoron, but the other idea, I could see it would be harder to make than it sounded. Like, yeah, just a slow-paced horror game, but not horror game, but like scaring game. But there were too many like scripted. There were too many places where it would be like scripted, and there were too many like animations we'd have to make. It would have been cool though, but I felt like it would take too long. And this game, I knew we could just like, it was an endless survival game, so it's not like we had to hard code the entire experience. And fortunately, I was right. We were able to get it finished. We did not get it finished by the jam time in this state. We worked on it for another 2 weeks, but I think it turned out pretty well. I'm really happy with this.
It really did. It turned out extremely well.
It's super, super polished, and it's one of those games where if you showed it to someone that was not aware of Dreams, that they'd have no idea that it was made on a game to make games. They'd just think some dev team has just made this spooky game for Halloween. And that's the beauty of it, is when you can create a game that breaks away from that barrier where unless you look at it, you can't tell where it was made from. Right. That's when you know you've done a great job, and this is one of those examples.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to Embergs is the way it looks is like 90% Embergs.
We've already interviewed him, and
have you? Nice.
Yeah, it's it was completely a pleasure. Olet asked, he said he missed it. How many weeks did it take in total?
So 9 days for the jam. We started working on it 9 days before the jam deadline, and then we worked on it on and off for another 2 weeks. About.
Yikes!
So 3 weeks.
I'd have a character with one arm.
It's such a testament, though, isn't it? I mean, look at the quality and the graphical fidelity of this game. And then to turn around and say it was done within 3 weeks is just absolutely insane. And I think that's just down to Dreams just being so quick to work with. I mean, you have experience creating stuff outside of Dreams. Do you think you would be able to create the same game in the same time span outside of Dreams on another engine?
With the same team? Mm-hmm. I want to say yes. The real answer is I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Mostly because we're not experienced with that, but we all of us in the team are like really good at what we do. Not to toot our own horns or anything, but like I'm really good at logic. Peace is really good at characters. Embergs is really good at environment. Duck is really good at music. So like all of us together, we did make it quick, but Dreams makes it easy to put it all together.
That goes back to actually the point I was trying to get at, and I never did because that's just how I work sometimes. Basically, because we keep talking about, or running into people who are taking their creations outside of Dreams, do you think there's ever going to be a time where Media Molecule actually just sets that up?
Yeah, lets us export.
Well, I mean, not even just export, just like what if they made it so there was like a Dreams app for mobile, and you could and you could access like just the polished, just the things that they pick that they feel are full and complete games. They would actually, just host it on there, and you would get like royalties. Like, would you agree to something like that?
Oh, that would be awesome. I mean, that would be amazing. I think the main problem is like, how do you make a PS4/5 emulator on a cell phone? Because like, unless I don't know how Dreams exporting would even work, but realistically, what I see is they already said they can push Dreams games to the PlayStation Store, right? So I guess I don't see it happening for a phone game ever, in my opinion, unless they do something that would be amazing, which is
I'm happy with just Dreams, I'm happy with them just pushing stuff to the PS Store.
To the PS Store,
let's get that.
Right?
Yeah, so I was just thinking about it because there's certain things like I get it. Like PS4 is powerful, but when I think of like if they were to like have a way to transfer the data into of the game, it seems like to me that they would be able to like. The phone wouldn't necessarily have to be as powerful as a PlayStation to be able to run the game. And so like it seems like
but to make an app that actually can run it, they'd have to I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know.
You have more of an idea than me though, because you do computer stuff.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
There's many elements to
what should happen, and I think either a PlayStation game, which is like Dreams games or something. It's just a game on the PlayStation Store that's a bunch of Dreams games, which I think isn't there already a demo that's out, like a Dreams demo that actually
there is, it's a trial and unlock version of Dreams.
Yeah. But or just individual Dreams games on the PS Store. I see both of those things happening. How soon I don't know, but I think they both will happen.
Exporting games is obviously something that we're all hoping for. I mean, let's be honest, we're all here creating stuff on Dreams, and the thought of branching out to a wider audience is what anybody that's developing on Dreams wants.
Yep.
If anything is possible, I think exporting to the PlayStation Store is the way they're going to go. I mean, let's be honest, they're a first-party studio. They've already admitted that it's possible to do so. Yep. They're just going to be printing their own money at that point. And it just gives another excuse as to why the PlayStation brand is so great. It just gives them another selling point, even though Sony has a crap marketing team and don't know how to market anything.
Hold on. We'll get there. Calm down, Jamie.
Besides from that, though, you can just see it. It's inevitable at this point, and to think that it's not going to happen is stupid. This is what Dreams was made for.
It's a cool idea too, because like, okay, let's say a Dreams game is on the PS Store for $1.99. You could buy that game. Or you could just buy Dreams and play it for free, right? Like, I think it would bring more people to Dreams too. And if it's a really good game, it'll definitely bring more people to Dreams.
Of course.
So, I mean, we had RBD Jellyfish on a previous episode, and he was talking about how he had been working on Sensorium. And I was just super happy to see that Jonathan Blow actually responded to, like, actually found out about it, said that he had been playing this game.
He streamed it for 3 days.
Yeah.
And retweeted it.
And,
wow. Like, That's amazing. I'm so happy for him.
I can only imagine.
I 100% of the game, by the way. Well, I found the secret room, I guess. I don't want to completely spoil everything, but
sir, you're ruining it. No.
This isn't story related, but like if you finish enough of it, he shows you this room. It's like a dev room kind of thing. Where, like, I don't know, but
the guy's just a puzzle genius. Though.
Yeah.
His mind and how he comes up with these puzzles just infuriates me, but in a good way. And it's just like, how has one come up with such a thing where, like, how did you comprehend this in your own brain? It's just mind-boggling. It's just like the Gold Valley series is just ridiculous on Dreams. It's just like, oh my god, how much time have you invested in creating these puzzles? It's just crazy.
He's a really good creator. Have you seen his last game, the human Beyblade game? I don't know what it's called.
I've seen videos of it. I haven't actually played it myself. Yeah.
No, I haven't played it
it's
yet.
Cooler than it looks. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But
yeah,
every game he's been picked, it's fantastic. Like his projects are really nice. No.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I hope one day I can also make games that, well, I want to do better than his game. I mean, I'm sure he wants to do better too. Like,
Stop playing it safe. Just put it out.
I want to be able to like make my own games and sell them. Like that would be awesome. And I'm pretty sure he does too. But he is definitely closer than I am. But
yeah, I mean, maybe we all get there. I mean, well, y'all all get there. I mean, I'm not really in the same field, but I'm trying. So let's go into the main discussion topic so we can stop trying to pry you open for the time being. Yes. Give us all your information. But, let's go into the topic you had brought up to us in Discord, how upset you would be if you were unable to get a PlayStation 5. And I have things to say, as always, about that. But go ahead and tell us, other than your genuine like sadness over not being able to make them take your money, like why exactly do you say that? I mean, you're doing fine with the PlayStation 4, by the way. You're rocking it.
You're doing miles beyond what we could do.
I don't know. I'd really, honestly, I just want the controller. The controller.
Yeah, the controller and is amazing.
The speed of it and the fan, and it's just I bought my PS4 used like a couple years ago, so it's probably like 4 years old. I don't know how old it is, frankly, and I just want a PS5 really bad. Like if I don't get one, it's for me. I don't really care about any of the next gen games at the moment. I just want it to play Dreams better. So if I don't get it, it's not that big of a deal. But I would like to buy it. And the day it was released or whatever, when you could pre-order it, I tried. Well, actually, that's not true. I was very busy and I missed it. They gave us a very generous 10-minute.
Super generous.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm gonna bitch a lot about PlayStation, but that wasn't their fault. Like that really wasn't.
Whose fault? Wait, what? Oh, that they opened the pre-order. Yeah, I don't care whose fault it is. It
just sucks.
Yeah, and then but so apparently the 11th or the 12th or something, Walmart and a couple other stores are opening pre-orders again. So actually not even pre-orders, just orders. There's no in-store things at all.
Yeah.
In a safer COVID-free.
No, in-store is dead now.
Yeah.
At least for the time being.
Yeah. So that's my last chance before I just give up completely, frankly.
Well, boom shakalaka, let me explain to you something. It is annoying that the EU gets it a week later than NA, but not really. See, because no one here other than pre-orders are going to have them. So it just doesn't matter that we technically could. It's gonna be as close to a paper launch as it could be without being a paper launch. Like that's how this is gonna go. Which is, you know what, Jamie?
Black Friday.
I'm thinking whether or not to let you run with it because I don't think I'll get it back if I give it to you.
Right. You go first because you are so right. If I start, I'm not going to stop and I'm going to get really angry. So you just go and I'll try and collect my thoughts.
Okay, the PS5 Black Friday riots. Spicy waffles.
God.
I'm not even going to go there. Anyway, so this is my thing. What makes me angry, I had relinquished myself before the pre-orders even came. That I was like, you know what? I'm not going to beat the savage mounds of people with itchy trigger fingers and their reload times match Korean League players. Okay, I'm not gonna beat those dudes in refreshing and getting a PS5 for this pre-order. I just knew it. I mean, the bottom line, I wanted the new AMD CPUs that launched yesterday. They literally sold out in like 3 seconds. Yeah. So I can't compete with those. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it later. I'm just going to hold back, find out if the stores are going to have it, come launch day, or maybe wait for that secondary launch, that secondary shipment to get to NA and try to hijack the boat. And I was like, I'm willing to do that. Because I don't need it right now, even though my PlayStation is on fire. I don't need it. And now my problem isn't its availability. My problem is whenever I analyze everything, but whenever I get to the height of my analyzing of a specific topic, I always get to this point where the only time it bothers me is when I think someone is being paid to do this specific thing correctly.
Yeah.
And when you can see that they're not, it bothers me. Like when you can see that the thing is not being done correctly. And what I'm talking about is PlayStation's marketing.
Here we go.
That I was like I told y'all, I was completely fine. I'll get the PlayStation when I get it. I've been holding off from playing everything under the sun, just so I could play it first on PlayStation 5. Right. Okay? So I'm waiting. And even though Jamie says I'm not, I'm a patient man. Okay? I really am. I really am. I am not. Hey, Vicious never lied to the people. Not one time. Not one time. The thing is, I'm a patient man. I'm just not patient for stupid. Like that's the thing. That's the thing that kind of flips me, and then I become belligerent man. But when I think of the PlayStation marketing, up until this morning, PlayStation was like, "Hey, you're gonna pay $500," and I'm like, "Okay, I could do that. I'll do that." And then I was sitting back yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna pay $500 for something. What have they shown me? How come I'm not as excited as I feel like I should be?" It's more like that thing will happen, but it's not like, I'm not just like, oh my God, I need it. And I feel like that's what you should be looking for in your marketing. I'm like, how is Xbox controlling the media cycle with Gears of War Tactics?
I'll tell you why. Because PlayStation ain't doing shit.
Oh, okay. Jamie, you said I could go first.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, you did ask.
And so, yeah, I did. But that's the thing. It's just like, I feel like the information trickle that's been coming out of PlayStation and everything PlayStation related is so slow that I could honestly, like, they should be controlling this. They really should be controlling every aspect. Like, people should be more aware of Dreams. People should be more aware of Miles Morales. Like, now Miles Morales has gotten the biggest push out of everything because it is like the only launch title. But
it's where all their budget's gone.
Yeah, it seems like it's where all their budget's gone, but they literally have not put any energy into the actual console. I mean, IGN yesterday had like they finally started releasing PlayStation videos, and it was literally like, "Hey, this is how you go to settings on your PlayStation." And I'm like, really?
How much that infuriated me.
Like, counterpoint, do they even need to? Like,
No.
the demand is
God,
it's
no.
unprecedented. So, like, it's not great. They
literally showed a video of the settings menu.
I know, right? Doesn't matter,
the people that are buying this console have been playing consoles from the PlayStation 1 upwards. We know what a settings menu looks like. We're not stupid. And yet, that's all we get. How to turn on your PS5, how to get to the settings menu, how your profile looks. And that's just completely rubbish. We don't need that. Show me more of the UI. Show me more of the menu.
There's probably going to be a day one update, right?
Well, of course there is.
Yeah.
So,
but like, it's just I don't understand where their heads are with the marketing of this whole thing. It's like you wait weeks and weeks and weeks with nothing, and then all of a sudden we've got a video of how to turn on the PlayStation. Come on.
And I want to address, because Boom Shakalaka said they don't really need to do much. They were smart, just letting the games do the talking. Right. The thing that made the PS4 so successful. Okay, I agree with you that they don't have to do much, but they have to do something. And I would go as far as to say that so far they've done nothing.
Do they have to do something, honestly?
I think they do.
Because why? Because I don't think they do at all. Have you seen the demand for this thing?
Of course, just because there's demand, though, doesn't mean that something needs to be aggressively marketed.
Like, there's going to be more Xboxes on the shelves. There just are going to be, and I with that being the case, if because we don't truly know what their quantity is. Like, we don't know how many they've made. We don't know when the next batch is coming. Like, we don't know if there's going to be a lull. There's some people that did pre-orders and they've been told that their system's not coming until 2021.
Well, Japan isn't getting any more consoles till February 2021.
Yeah. So if that's the case, you want to create a sustainable demand so that people remember that basically what you're offering, you're not going to get with the other guy. And people who own a PlayStation that are like, hey, yeah, PlayStation 4 was awesome. We can wait for the games. The games are going to be awesome. But there are people who still don't know. There are people who still don't know that as you want them to feel, you have a superior product, and you still need to prove to them that it is superior. Resting on your laurels is how Xbox went from Xbox 360, one of the greatest consoles ever, to Xbox One X, the biggest piece of garbage that one could ever fucking put together. And so when that comes down to it, like, you can't rest on your laurels. You can't say, hey, we got this install base on PlayStation. We don't have to worry about getting them involved for PS5. That's how you lose it. That's how people come out of the woodwork. That's how Intel lost to AMD finally. It's a bad trend to set. And I'm not saying you got to go out and blow your load. I'm not saying you got to come out of it and be like, hey, we got this, we got this, we got this. I'm like, until Jamie told me, and we talked about this on the podcast, I had no idea what the hell 3D audio was. I don't know if you. Oh, well, it's amazing. Yeah. like after Jamie. Go ahead.
They could have easily done a video demonstration of how 3D audio works. It works with any headset. Granted, the better headset you have, the better experience you're going to have with it. But any stereo headset, you'll be able to experience the elements of 3D audio. So when they was doing their whole UI showcase, why not add a 30-second clip of some 3D audio playing to say, put on some headphones. This is the experience you're going to have when you get a PlayStation 5.
So they haven't released any. Yeah, I mean, you're saying like there's not a video on that. There's not very much advertising content at all. Is it safe to assume that there will be once it actually once it releases on the 11th, or when does it release on the 11th, or like what's
the 12th?
12th? Yeah,
12th and 19th.
Maybe that's when the videos are coming out, because like they don't need all, like they have released stuff. They did the teardown video. I admittedly I haven't been following this closely because I wasn't able to get one. So, but
we're right there with you.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I mean, they've already sold out instantly. Like, I think as long as it actually is good compared to the Xbox, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, they do have to be careful because the Xbox is being, it seems from what I've read in chat right now, it seems like they're being more open and
yeah, they showed. Now, mind you, to be fair, they ain't got no damn games, but and that's being fair. But the thing is like they have been like, they know they don't have games. They know that Game Pass is their way of getting. It's not about the games we're gonna have. It's about what do we have day one that you can just turn on the console and just start playing. Mm-hmm. And they've marketed that beautifully. But people still have questions about Miles Morales.
Yeah.
People still have questions like, hey, how come y'all never, like, well, they did recently address why the saves don't work. But then there are people who still think it's a DLC-sized game for full price. And that's people who are getting the PlayStation. Mm. Like, that means you haven't conveyed or communicated things effectively enough. And that's what I'm saying. If that's your starter game, that's the thing other than
Demon Souls.
Astros and Demon Souls.
That's right, yeah.
Like, it's just, I feel like they haven't been pushing it to get it hyped, because I'm not the most extreme. Well, I would say I am extreme, but I'm not the most, like, I don't get heated or upset about a lot of things when it comes to gaming. Unless it's like bad business practices, such as like, you know, when they try to rip the money out of your pocket, you know. But other than that, I don't really get heated about much. But I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, I feel like I should be more excited. And I do believe it's their fault. I do. And I don't really come to that decision lightly. Because I already told you, I plan on getting it when I can get it. But I don't feel that when I was a kid and PlayStation 1 was dropping and my parents got so annoyed with how much I started drawing Battle Arena Toshinden characters. That was all I could draw. That was all I would draw over and over again, and every other word out of my mouth was Battle Arena Toshinden. Like, that's how obsessed I was with getting a PlayStation. And I know I'm older, so it's not going to hit the same, but I don't even feel anywhere near that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I should, as a person who has been waiting for the next gen and promoting the next gen, and being like, I can't wait for the next gen. What are all these things that are coming? Like, I feel like I should.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Yeah. And I can only, after looking at all the variables, the only thing I could come back to was somebody didn't do their job, because I should be more excited. And
maybe
I know
we're on purpose. I don't know. It seems like
trying to temper demand.
I mean, it seems like that's what they're doing, and it's working. It's annoying, but like,
the way
right.
I mean, the way I look at it is from different marketing practices. I mean, if you look at a brand such as Coca-Cola, for instance, they clearly do not need to market their brand. It's well known enough. Everybody knows what it is, but yet you still see consistent advertisements, commercials, sponsorships. You still see the brand everywhere because it's key to keep it consistent and in people's minds. And that's what I feel PlayStation should be doing. I feel they think that they just have enough because of their player base. And yes, the games alone is enough to sell the console. I mean, from the games list that they've provided, I mean, you've got the new Horizon Forbidden West, I think it's called. You got Spider-Man. You've got all these brilliant games that are coming out, and a lot of games coming within the first 6 months, I believe, of the PlayStation 5's release. That's enough to sell this console on its own. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be marketing the product heavily up to release. And I just find it really annoying that they haven't, because it's so important to keep it in people's minds, especially for those that are still on the fence on which console they're going to get. Not everyone is loyal to brands. People go from console to console, and depending on what they market right now will be the choice factor for that casual gamer on which console they're going to choose. And I feel they're going to lose a lot of players because of it, because Xbox has done a fantastic job on marketing their product, especially with the Series S that they've got and Game Pass and All Access. They've done a really good job on marketing that as a out-of-the-box Game Pass machine. For the casual gamer, I feel they would be more inclined to go that way, because there's been a lot more media footage of it as opposed to what PlayStation could have been showing.
And I want to wrap this around, because Joe Vork said, why do you want to be more excited before getting the console? That shouldn't matter if it's good once it's in your hands. Okay, they have my money. They have it, because no matter if Miles Morales was coming out or Horizon Forbidden West, none of that matters. Check the name of the podcast. That's all they had to show me. That's all they had to show me. And I'm not saying this to be like snappy, any of that. I'm just saying, no matter what, PlayStation 5 will run Dreams. Therefore, I will be there. But something we have discussed many, many times on the Made in Dreams podcast is the fact that I believe that Sony's lack of marketing, even towards some of their own properties, including Dreams.
Especially Dreams.
Especially Dreams, is something that needs to be rectified ASAP. Like, I know that they're keeping a lot of stuff close to the vest, and I understand why they would to an extent. But a lot of people don't know that Dreams exist. And if the player, and if the market, or if the people don't end up getting a PlayStation, don't know what PlayStation has to offer, not even from next gen, even things that are going to be getting upgraded from this gen, that affects all of us. And the reason I brought this up on the Made in Dreams podcast and not on my other podcast that I do on Wednesdays is because this affects Dreams.
Right.
We need more people to know that Dreams exist. We need more people to understand what you can do. And the more that they don't show us things, like if now, mind you, if I were with Sony, mind you, it would be in the dirt. I would have crashed that company. Okay, the point, but everybody, like all of us, love Dreams, and for people to not know what it's capable of is a tragedy. And for people to not know that it exists is a tragedy. The fact that it's not being pushed into schools, in my opinion, is a tragedy. Do you know what I would have done? What I would have given? This is what I love from all the people that we've had on here, because I said, I'm a gray bush, okay? I'm older than I look.
How old are you?
I just turned 39.
Oh, shit. I was going to say 35.
I wish.
You said 39.
My joints
Wait,
wouldn't be so powdery.
39, right?
Yeah, 39.
Yeah, 39.
All right,
no, but
all right, fair enough. That is pretty old.
Look, gray bush. In the gaming game, that's gray bush. So, Satendo, thanks for joining. But basically, all I'm saying is, when it comes down to it, this lack of marketing that I'm seeing is something that's becoming a trend, and I don't like it. And maybe that ultimately is what's causing my issue, is that I saw that they haven't pushed Dreams, And no offense, but with Dreams, who knows what we're looking at? Not even like, I know I jumped forward into 3 years of the 10-year plan, but if they had some sort of day one patch, not that I'm saying they have to, but if they had a day one patch that actually just made it so Dreams could do what the PS5 is capable of, just that alone.
That'd be crazy.
That is insane. And
bad.
I feel like if they were taking it seriously, that would be something they would be pushing, even if it's not day one. Even if it's not day one, if you say, "Hey, we're bringing yeah, my brain is really gone. But if you say like we're bringing ray tracing to Dreams, that alone would blow my mind, and I don't even really understand what I'm saying. But I know what ray tracing looks like when I'm shown it, and I know that if it was in Dreams, it would be better, and therefore I'm infinitely excited. But see, that's not hard. That's hard to say that. No, I don't think they have that.
That's
day
the
one,
problem. It's not hard to say it, but the moment they say it and then they don't deliver, which has happened a lot with Dreams.
See, and
they get chastised. It's just not. It's not good.
But then I would counter with, why don't you have it ready? I'm not saying like it's Media Molecule. It's Media Molecule, and I'm not sitting here saying that they know more, they can do whatever. But I feel like if I was Sony and I had this real 10-year dream, I'd want to come out with a blast. And if they said, "Hey, we need more people to do this," that's something to push, because ultimately, as we've also discussed on this podcast, Dreams is literally the indie future of PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nonstop archive of games being created on a system. Yep. As long as Dreams is locked down to PlayStation, they have developers like you who create amazing things. And it's like, hey, how about you do something to make sure people know that?
Yep.
Every video I watch on IGN that doesn't mention Dreams angers me. I
know. I'm not super annoyed at the lack of Dreams advertising yet. I'm waiting for multiplayer. Then they better push it hard. But right now, we're actually before I used to say like we need to wait for good games to be created. There's a good amount of good games that have been created, which they could use to advertise. But I really think we need multiplayer before Dreams takes off. Like, they could advertise it and we'd get more players. I don't know. From what I've noticed, playing gets kind of boring after. Like, you play the Dreamiverse for like hours and hours, and then you just kind of run out of stuff to do. If there's multiplayer, though, that, in my opinion, would be a lot more fun to just play Dreams.
It is a massive game changer adding multiplayer to Dreams.
So I don't know. It would be nice if we got more players and if they would advertise more, because there is stuff to advertise with now. There's a lot of really good games. That freaking bunny game that just got released. Holy shit! Like it does not look like Dreams at all. Oh my god.
And that's the thing. We're starting to see more of these creations now that are top quality. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on Dreams that just looks very Dreams-esque. But now we're starting to get to the point where we're getting more top quality games that you wouldn't even recognize it was made on Dreams. And I think that's the kind of stuff they're waiting for. They need that quality because people outside of Dreams will be expecting that type of fidelity because they don't understand how Dreams works and what things look like in Dreams. To an outsider that has no understanding of Dreams at all will be expecting high quality, graphically improved content. So like, they need that.
Exactly. When I buy a game, I think like, let's say it's a $40 game. Well, I get 40 hours out of this game. If you buy Dreams and have no intention of creating at all, can you get 40 hours of quality gameplay?
Yes.
I'd argue you could right now with some good searching but like it wouldn't be, I don't know. With multiplayer, I'd say it would be very easy to get that amount of time because multiplayer games just have more replayability, in my opinion.
Agreed.
I don't know. Like, I mean, you could play my tower defense game that I've made for 40 hours, but I don't know. I think multiplayer, and it needs to be.
I think you can
before they push hard. But
thank you for the raid, proper Slack. Good to see you. I think it would be easy to get 40 hours if you had no intention of making anything. And the reason I say that is because not everything has to look AAA to be fun. That's true. I'm not going to lie. I've played a game where you play as Trump, okay? And I spent more than 20 minutes on that game.
Okay.
And the reason
what's the game? I'm interested.
You spent I might still have to I might still have the screenshot from it, but it might be called like My President or something like that. And it's a shooter, but it's like it's really offensive, okay? But it's a shooter and it's like and the thing that kept me playing it was because it was mastery of satire. Like at its base, it's just a simple shooter in someone's backyard. Okay. And then you start seeing how the actual mechanics unfold and how you trigger certain things. Like you could trigger speeches from him, and the speeches aren't him saying, well, nothing is him saying, anything intelligent, but it's like his greatest dumb hits. And the things that you're doing earn you favor with minorities.
Oh my God. Is this on Dreams?
And yes, it's on Dreams. It's on Dreams.
We need an in Dreams link in chat right now.
And the thing is that the whole game is backwards. Like no part of it is serious. It's the only way you if someone were to say, like, how could I not be angry at the fact that somebody made a President Trump game? This would be why, because it's just so blazing saddles. If for some of you, I'm sure that's, that came out way before you were born, so you might not get it. But it's so blazing saddles and humor that it's like you can't be mad. And I kept playing just because I wanted to see all of the mechanics in this dumb friggin' game.
Yep.
And so if I can do that with a game like that, then yeah, you can get. I mean, all the 8-bit games people are working on, all the just so much stuff that people have done that even if it's not your, I'm going to sit down and play this game for the next 8 hours, it's still like, hey, I'll play this. Oh, crap, that was really fun. And they had it when I played it. It was coming soon that they were adding a character select, and Boris Johnson was going to be the secondary player.
I need to play this game so bad.
See, and that's what I'm saying. So you don't have to make AAA material. There's a big enough market for indies now that even if you can't get rid of the made in Dreams look. That doesn't even really matter. People have been having the argument of graphics versus fun forever in gaming. And I feel like this is where you get to, where it doesn't have to look great. Or look great in the terms of, indie publisher versus AAA studio. But it's like, do you have fun? Well, if fun's what you're here for, then you get it easily. Most games have maybe some memes.
look at Among Us. Among Us is not a graphically enhanced game, but yet look at the popularity.
Easily makeable in Dreams.
Yeah, easily makeable in Dreams. And you could say that about a ton of
look
games.
at Acert's face.
You need multiplayer.
When I say easily,
multiplayer for that. That's a stretch.
Yeah.
I don't, dude. If they even had 4-person multiplayer, that would be amazing. But because if they had 8, they'd have to change a bunch of gadgets. But But yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Once there's multiplayer, there's going to be so many, like potentially so many more like fun games. And I'm not saying single player games aren't fun, but just playing with other people is naturally more enjoyable, in my opinion. But I mean, again, just look at Among Us.
But especially for Dreams in general, though, because it's such a collaborative community anyway, the fact that if it has multiplayer will just enhance that community even more. You know, it's just going to be insane when that eventually becomes a thing. And I think a lot of people are actually holding out for multiplayer, especially for creations.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are like, I've got my idea, I've got all my assets ready. I just need multiplayer to come out so I can put it all together.
Wait a couple years.
I mean, I think we're going to see. Oh, that reminds me, because I don't want people to think that I'm just sitting here like bashing PlayStation. I already told you they got my money. Okay. Because Dreams exist, PlayStation has my money. Xbox does not. But, PlayStation has my money. We are still in talks with Media Molecule to have them, Kareem and Abby, come on to the show.
Awesome.
For an interview. We are waiting on a few things to get straightened out before we do that. So just so you know, I'm still in talks, still having talks on the regular with Abby. Such a delightful human being. And yeah, we're working towards it. So hopefully before too long, we'll be able to pull that off for everybody. I just wanted to throw it out there, give an update, because I brought it up like 2 weeks ago and, didn't want it to people to be like, oh, they just threw that up to get some clout. Like, no. So we're still in talks. It is happening. It's literally it's part of that thing where I think they don't want anyone to go on anything yet. Like they're kind of like, hey, and I've already given some assurances. Like, I'm not planning on browbeating them with like all of our hot topic questions. I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, so tell us everything that we've been asking about on the internet. Like, that's not what I'm going to do, just as a warning to people. But I am going to be asking them a lot of questions. So they said your door just opened.
Yeah,
there's a ghost.
Natalie, I live with my girlfriend. She's not a ghost. I'm 90% sure. Are you a ghost? Do you want to do that camera?
Yep. Hey. So, yeah. So I just want to put it.
Was there something there?
No, I didn't see anything. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Oh my god, maybe it is a ghost.
So yeah, girlfriend, he's on Twitch. Proper. My man. So, I mean, I feel like there's not much left. I feel like that, like, is there a topic you wanted to go specifically into? Because I feel like I've reached the end. I kind of blew it on that PS5 thing. I got it. Aecert, what's next?
Oh man, that's a good question. What's next after what?
What's your next big project on Dreams, man? Give us a scoop.
Good question. Yeah. So, okay. So we just finished Ghost Geezers. I have a tower defense game that I'm wrapping up. That was actually commissioned. Wrapping that up. It needs the polish, which of course takes long, and that's fun. But and then I've been working on it's called Claustrofactory. It's a puzzle factory building game.
I'm sorry, you said it was called Gungeon? No, I'm just like
no, you must have misheard me. No, but before I try to explain it, have you seen or played Factorio? No.
I have seen pictures. I have not played.
You've seen pictures, sure. Okay.
Yes.
What about? I mean, okay. So if you don't know Factorio, you probably don't know the game Infinifactory, but that's fine.
No.
So the game basically, it's called Claustrofactory. It's a mix of factory and claustrophobic. You're like an industrial engineer. You're creating factory layouts in a small space, right? You don't have very much room.
You have this in your creations on Dreams.
Yes, I have a demo, and then I have an unpublished dream that I'm working on. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a demo out.
Okay. Because I do believe I did that earlier today.
Hell yeah.
So
there's
anyway.
no tutorial for it, so you probably got very confused, which is understandable. But yeah, it's so you know what I'm talking about. That game, I'm finishing up the actual game, like the maps and just like, well, the actual game. And then there's the polishing, which is going to take a while. But so the tower defense in that, let's just be very gracious and say I'll finish that this month. Those two things this month. I'm sure, totally. I'm sure I'll do it. After that, it's back to continuing my RPG, which is like my big project that a lot of people enjoyed watching, and will like that I'm getting back to that. But I left off at that. Man, I left off at the RPG. I was actually I'm pretty much at a point where I need to make the actual game, right? Like I have all the mechanics and shit. I just need to make like the quests, which is what the game is. It's just going to be a bunch of quests.
Yeah.
But I think the first thing I'm going to do when I get back to that is just massively simplify the combat system, because I tried so hard not to fall into it, but I was adding shit that I thought was cool, and to my credit, I did keep it relatively contained, or I didn't go too crazy, but it's still too complex. I need to simplify it. I need to really like narrow down what is the game, and I want it to be. It's not like it's not a combat focused game. There's combat, but it's not combat focused. So I need to be careful with that. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get back is to just completely revamp the combat system, make it completely simplify it. And then actually the head tracker. Wow. So you guys know what that is, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah. Okay. For those who don't,
you idiots, do you know?
No.
You are so below me.
Because like I know you guys aren't going to interrupt and say, "What's that?" So I need to make sure you know what I'm saying. But for those who don't know, like in the VR update, released a gadget which perfectly follows the camera, so it allows you to actually make UI without having a custom camera rig, and that was not available when I was making my RPG. So with that available, it's going to help massively. So that'll be fun. And then after that stuff, I get to actually make an entire RPG, like the story, like that's going to take a while, but I feel like that's very interesting to watch, right? Like as a Twitch viewer, you're watching, and you almost have like control about like how the game is actually created.
Yeah.
As opposed to me debugging claustrofactory stuff. But oh man.
So what is going to be the next big thing from your team then? Are you guys working on is that what it is, or
no,
is it the
no.
Or?
But so actually I think it would be interesting. I wonder if they'll help me out on that. I'm not sure. But we have we are really trying to keep the scope of our projects small, so we don't want to be working on one thing for like months and months. Right now.
Yeah.
We want to get a portfolio together and then use that to apply to the contracting position. We probably won't get in. Maybe we will. Who knows? I hope we do. But then after we apply, we can start doing some longer term things. But so what's it going to be? Embergs wants to make had an idea of a very heavily, or how can I say this, narrative like focus game. I don't want to spoil too much. Maybe I do want to spoil. I don't. I guess it's fine.
Give us the scoop.
I will. So it's going to be like a 10-minute experience. Like a lot of cutscenes, and you're a dinosaur. It's going to be set where Piece of Craft had made this pretty really, really cool dinosaur puppet.
Hold on 1 second.
What's up?
Notre Dame said, "Didn't Embergs make you sign an NDA?" I want to make sure you're not giving us secrets here.
No. I whatever I say right now is fine. I'm sure.
Just making sure. I don't want Embergs to be like, "You did what?" He seems like such a nice guy.
Oh my God! If anyone wants to steal our idea, feel free, because we will probably make it better than you. Am I joking? I don't know. But yeah. So Piece of Craft made this awesome dinosaur puppet. Embergs was inspired. He put together this 10-minute story kind of thing where basically your babies are starving and you find this rodent and you're chasing this rodent, and towards the end, of course, you befriend it and it shows you to eat berries instead. That's it's probably better if Embergs told it, but
No, but that actually sounds really nice.
Yeah, it is. Why is a carnivore eating berries? Don't think about it too much.
Just a delight.
But yeah, so it's going to be heavily narrative focused, lots of cutscenes, right up our team's alley. Like, I mean, so it's going to be really cool. I get to do more animating, which I'm also good at, believe it or not. Well, we'll see.
No, I'm just playing. I'll play it. I'm sure you can.
I know.
But no, if y'all need if y'all need story help, just let me know.
You know what, dude? I will take you up on that offer for my RPG. I honestly will, because I think I'm going to crowdsource it. Actually, maybe we'll see. Like, basically, like, want to make a quest? Write one for me, and then I'll put it in the game, something like that. Because, like, I'm limited. I'm not limited on thermo. I'm limited on variables, because I can just make as many different scenes as I want. I'm talking about the RPG right now, obviously. So as long as I have room to store the data of the quest you want to make, I can just add it in. I think it would be really cool.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I will probably not. It's not within this month, but I will hit you up and maybe you can help me out.
So when can we expect this RPG to come out? Is it this year, next year? Like, what are we looking at?
It would be cool if I finished it next year. It's not this year though. No. That's my super long term project. My the Cluster Factory. I want that to be my like impy project. When are the impies? Is it January or February or something?
Didn't we look it up and it was February?
February. Okay.
I believe it is February. Yeah.
Cluster Factory is my impy project. That's going to be finished before or in time.
All right. And Mr. Casey Jones, welcome. Apes on Fire, thank you for the raid, and thank you everybody who came in and followed. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. So let me ask you, because I know you had already said you're stepping outside of Dreams for the for your mobile game. Mm-hmm. What is your end all for Dreams? Like, they have the 10-year plan. What's your 10-year plan? Like, is there something you're not telling us about that's like your opus?
For Dreams or for me?
For Dreams.
For Dreams.
For you in Dreams, I guess I should say.
For me in Dreams, every game I make outside of, I want to make in Dreams first. I'm going to use Dream to prototype whatever I want to make outside of Dreams. Outside of Dreams, I want to have some sort of like small game studio or something. But yeah, I'm going to keep, I feel Dreams is very, like, assuming I don't quit Twitch, which I currently do not have plans on doing that. It's very watchable, right? Dreams is very, very watchable. And that's why I like it. That's why I like streaming it. So as long as Dreams on Twitch is going strong, I'm going to keep playing Dreams. But otherwise, I mean, aside from that, I would just create outside of Dreams. But I really like how watchable it is, because it's not programming; it's little gadgets with wires, so people can at least pretend to understand what's going on.
Which brings me to this kind of off-topic but on-topic thing. There's an old movie called Swordfish. Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry.
Love it.
Yeah, love it. You love it. Okay, and John Travolta as well, but. one of my friends who's he's actually friends of the other guy I brought up who is a programmer, and he always made me laugh because he would always bring up that movie because of how much it angered him. That Hugh Jackman was visually creating a virus.
Is that what happened? Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he's like basically he's creating a virus, a computer virus, visually on the screen, and that used to drive him as a coder and everything. He'd drive him up the wall. He could not let it go. And so when you were like, "Yeah, it's watchable," you could do it with the. I was like, I actually wonder what that friend would think of Dreams. That his worst nightmare has come true.
I'm going to recommend a film for you to tell your friend that's even worse for a visual aspect of hacking is Hackers. Have you seen the film Hackers?
I have not.
What? No, I'm just playing. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not.
Dude, I don't get very many. I don't watch very many movies. I don't get very many pop culture references because I just don't. I don't remember. Even if I did know it at one point, which I did not. I don't remember things that aren't important. For my brain is really good at it's. And like, if I forget your name, please don't take it the wrong way. That's not what I mean by not important. But I just, with pop culture references and movie references and actors and stuff, I could not care any less. I do not understand. I mean, this is totally off topic. I don't understand why people follow celebrities. Well, maybe I understand it, but I don't follow celebrities.
Okay, well, let me explain it.
But yeah, tell me about the movie.
Let me explain to you why that is.
Why? What is?
Why people follow celebrities?
Oh no, I think I know why. Well, let's see if I know why. I think they wish they find their life interesting and they kind of wish they had it. That's why. Maybe I'm wrong. What you tell me?
I think it's the same reason that you're on this podcast. It's the fact that I've found someone that did something I couldn't, and I want to learn from them. Now, there are people who are not doing that, but I think that even the people that I'm talking about in that sense started from this place. Because it's like I never understood sports, but people keep telling me like everybody's really into sports because like it's kind of like the fulfillment of things that they couldn't do. And therefore
I just want to play. Like I don't what so like I'd rather play the sport. And I guess if I can't, I don't know. I want to I love playing tennis. I love golf. Watching it's all right, but I would rather just play it. And
I guess that's the way gamers work.
Yeah. And with games, like I can play it. Well, I enjoy watching video games sometimes, but like I really like playing them, right? Like
yeah, I don't like watching sports, and I don't like sports.
See, that's the thing. I used to watch sports all the time when I was younger, but then I just kind of grew out of them. Except for like, I love tennis. I love watching tennis. I used to play tennis, believe it or not, my big ass, and you know, soccer. For some reason, I just watch soccer. I don't know.
Really?
It started like years ago. I just all of a sudden started watching when like, you know, soccer. And I was just like, I don't know why I find so much enjoyment seeing these like highly trained, like physically peaked men get blown down the field by wind when it happens to graze their goatee. Something about that just I don't know. Like maybe it is just for the performance of like that I see where it's like I saw some dude do like a Naruto shadow punch and this guy almost died on the field. It was weird, but yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't really get caught up in that stuff, and I know exactly what you mean about celebrities and people who are obsessed with them. But I think that it all comes from a very genuine and almost childlike wonder aspect of how people mature and what becomes of their lives, and then it can get unhealthy. But at the base,
but again, I'm not saying if you do that or if you follow people, it's completely fine. I just don't. I'm just I just don't. So, and people are always like, "Oh my God, you don't know this or this or that." And I'm like, nope, I don't.
Well, if you ever want to know any recommendations as far as movies go, now you know me, because
Hackers, right? Or,
that's no, don't pay attention to Jamie.
Sorry.
That's I'm just like no. Hackers is good, and it was around my time, when I was young.
Your time? 90s? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
I was born in the 90s.
See, I was born in the 80s,
nice.
and actually, you know what? This is gonna get ridiculous if I go down this line.
Okay.
Because the thing is like I'm actually an 80s baby, and I break it down in a way that some people, because there's people who are like born in 89 and they're like, I'm an 80s baby. I'm like, you weren't sentient until halfway through the 90s, okay? Like, no, but that's what I mean. We're just gonna get off point if I go on that, but I can talk about anything. But Sean Vertigo, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the follow. Love you.
I have a question I have to ask. Insane Alpha Beta in chat said that Aecert has not watched Star Wars. Is that true?
No, that's not true.
Where do you think he learned the code? No, I'm just like...
I kind of hate it, frankly. I've watched every Star Wars.
I just had to clarify that because it would have ate me alive if I didn't find out.
Yeah, no, I've watched all the Star Wars. I mean, they're not. I don't know. I prefer. I don't know. I love picking holes in anything I watch, and for Star Wars, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's so weird, but it's whatever. I don't know. So I have not seen any of the Mandalorian. It looks cute though. I don't know. Baby Yoda.
I would honestly say just wait until it's over. Because now, mind you, we're getting a little off topic here, but I like it. I like branching out into other things. Look, first of all, OLED, I'm just gonna have to say it wrong. Okay, Matrix is better than all of them. Okay, just bottom line.
I have not seen the Matrix. It looks cool though.
What?
I've seen clips.
Sir,
I have not.
Sir,
I have not seen the Matrix.
Sir, no. Well, we know why he hasn't seen it. So now let's move past into the supportive friends where we say, bruh, watch it.
Yeah.
We're going to get rid of the, oh my God. No, just watch it. That's your next thing. Yeah. You're like 3 times my age. Yes. Yes. When I say the gray bush, I'm telling you, in gamer age, I've reached 39. My birthday was October 21st. I finally, how old
is Jay? I think Jay's talking about me.
Oh, wait, no, wait. How old are you?
Is Jay 8? What? Wait, I'm 24.
What are you doing here? I think we might be above your.
Jay, how old are you, dude? What's going on? Jake's like 13. Okay, all right, half.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What is going on?
I was thinking that too. I was like, hold on. Wait a minute. He's like 8? What? I was like, I'm 25. Jesus, how old is this guy?
So, you know what? And that brings me to a secondary experience that I had semi recently.
Mm-hmm.
I decided that I was going to, I know we're completely off topic now, but you know what? We're just going there. I decided that I was going to try out TikTok.
Sure.
Oh, God.
And I was like, you know what? Minute-long videos. I'll just throw out little clips of stuff, see what sticks, see what doesn't. And then I got followed. And because I come from Twitter and some other places, it's like, hey, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow back. Okay, so I followed back and then realized that the person I followed back was like an 11-year-old girl. I have not turned my TikTok back. Like, I haven't clicked that icon since since that happened. I was like, oh, and I'm out.
It's weird.
Hanson ain't coming out of the woodwork for me. That's real talk. Like, I was just like, oh my God. And I just felt so slimy. Because I was like, oh, let me see what this person makes. And like after I'd accepted the friend them back, because I'm not into it. So I came back on, and you know how it instantly throws up your feed? It doesn't even give you a chance to like say, hey, I want a video. Like I like it came up and I was like, oh, this is the person I followed. Looked down, saw an 11-year-old girl doing a dance challenge, and I was like, oh, I have not turned that app back on since. I'm just like, I'm out. I won't even turn it on to delete my profile. Just I'm done.
I feel like it's like a Gen Z thing, right? Like it's them and younger, they're all super into it. And then like that would, I'm like right on the cusp, right? Like it's weird. Like Natalie's, I think she's like, Natalie, how old are you? 22? Okay, she can't hear me. She's like 2 years younger than me. She's super in the TikTok, and I'm just not. But we're like the same. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's the complete opposite here because my wife is 26.
Yeah,
and she is obsessed with.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's just okay.
I don't. I'm just not. I'm just not into it.
Yeah, I just girl thing. That makes sense.
I think it might be a girl thing.
Yeah, they're funny, but like the ones she shows me are kind of funny. I don't know.
I get at least 6 TikToks sent to me on Messenger every day.
I ignore all of them. My friend sends me TikToks, and I'm just like, I'm not going back. I can't go back. The rules have been broken.
She shows them. You can't go back. Yeah. TikTok, you gotta make a new account.
I'm not making nothing. I'm deleting it off my phone. I'm just gonna act like it doesn't exist.
That's really funny.
So yeah, but that made me think of that. But just so everybody can know, because we were arguing about it in chat, The Matrix is the trilogy. When they say the trilogy, it's The Matrix. I win. Point invalid. Over. So let me see here. Jamie, we know you are not on it. You would be an Insta star. Oh,
I don't do Instagram either.
He'd be like, I'm James. And then the girls would be like, I'm James. Come to the lotion lobby.
What?
That would be it. That would be it right there. Over and done. As a matter of fact, I think I just came up with your career for the rest of your life. Forget dreams. You need to go out and start a place called the Lotion Lobby. It'll be perfect.
All right.
And you won't sell lotion.
You won't.
Just keep them guessing at every point. They're like, I came for lotion. I have no idea what this place is actually selling, but I'm on this ride now, and I need to go into the back room to see what's really happening here. So there. Jesus. See, there's a new storyline for you.
Oh, it's called the Lotion Lobby. I think you know what's happening. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you think you know, but do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah. It's quite evident.
You never know. It might be a boutique for nipple oil. So you don't know. You don't know.
What the fuck?
All right.
No, I'm just
Okay. Moving on.
What?
Please.
What? Oh, you want another storyline? Okay,
yeah,
I got you. Here we go. No.
Oh my god.
So,
do you guys still use Facebook? I'm curious.
I use Facebook Messenger.
I'm not talking about that. That doesn't count.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's completely. I'm talking about Facebook. Like
I look through Facebook.
Do you still? Nice.
But I don't interact at all.
Yeah.
I just scroll through. My main social media is Twitter. That's where I go for everything.
Yeah, dude. I haven't used it in 3-4 years. Just scrolling through and seeing how stupid the people I grew up with are. I can't do it. Natalie deleted hers. I'm just done. I have not gone on the feed in 3 or 4 years. I don't know. It's
I check in every now and again because like I only check in like it's been recent that I decided to just leave Facebook alone. Mm-hmm. But given recent events here in the US, like I did jump on just to give like everybody be careful. Like comment.
Oh, you're talking about COVID. Okay, that's
yeah. You know, well, that and other things, but we don't need to go into those on this show. That's for the other one.
We do not.
And so, yeah, like I still jump in and say little things like that, but I check it maybe once every 2 weeks now, just to be like, hey, one thumb swipe, and if I see something that just is anti-dreams, as far as like, you know, it makes me forget how wonderful the dreams universe is just with one flick of my thumb. I'm just like, yep, this is why I left, and then I turn it off.
That's the one great thing about Facebook is the dreams community pages on Facebook are extremely strong and very active. There is at least I find they are. I find that there is a good community on the Facebook pages for dreams. I mean, you can get a lot of information from Twitter, but with the pages, someone will post something saying, how do I do this? And then you'll have 20, 30 comments explaining how to do something on there. So it's great for that. As far as dreams is concerned, it's a very strong Facebook page.
It's cool. Yeah, I would have no idea because again, I haven't gone. That actually might make me I would probably just make a whole new account because I don't want to use my personal account.
But all the main people's on there. Matt and Nebelong extremely active on the Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, extremely active on Facebook. So it's good.
Yeah, maybe I'm just still salty. Maybe that's what it is. No, we're not going to go into it just yet. Maybe. Okay, we're going to go into it just as our last little thing. I'm just going to make one statement. Back before I was embedded like a tick into the dreams community, I had put out feelers to see if someone would like to help me on like my very first project that I was working on. And it was kind of like the reason I bought Dreams, because I'm like, I have time, but I don't know if I have time to make a full thing by myself. So I had reached out, didn't hear anything from anybody. And so like that kind of soured me. Like I still saw people's work and I would comment and, like and stuff like that. But the fact that I never got a response to that plea for help kind of always stuck with me. So there is a bit of a community, or not a bit. There is a community there, and they are just as helpful and shining as most of it, but they didn't help me, so I'm salty.
Yeah, I mean,
it was still early though, when everybody was still trying to do their own thing. So I understand why.
You can't be too salty though, Vicious. If it wasn't for Facebook, Lucid Nebula Studios would have never become a thing. The majority of our members came from Facebook.
Yeah, but do you want to know where they know the story. I'm not going into this again because you're just trying to bring up old dark thoughts, and I don't appreciate it. Just go back to your lotion lobby. With that's what you do. And also, why in God's name is Zoe being brought up in chat? What happened?
I play League of Legends, and she's my main, she's my favorite character, but she's one of my mains, and I have a little what do you want to call it, statue thing. I mean, you can see it right behind me.
Yeah.
Oh, I had not. Hold on, let me get in there. Yeah. All right. She's the devil.
She's wonderful. She's so fun to play.
Yeah, you love just one-shotting people out of nowhere for some reason with half as many items as they have. Anyway, for those that do play League of Legends, if you do want to play with me, it's just a game, bro. Is my screen name. Okay. Okay. So if y'all want to play with your boy Vicious, go ahead and I'm not good. Okay, I'll say that beforehand. I don't play it.
I've never played it.
I have not played. I don't play it competitively.
No, you don't. Okay.
No, because it's kind of like my Zen game. Like I can just throw it on and just run through like 3 ARAMs and be like, all right, I'm good. And cool. Whereas if somebody gets to I don't mind losing. I think that's my problem. I don't mind losing as long as I have fun playing the game. And I don't really have a competitive bone in my body anymore. I'm just all about getting stuff done. And so for me, the only thing that can make me rage is when, or stop caring, I should say. It's not really rage. I just stop caring about the game. Is when people think they should be playing professional league or something. And I'm just like, bruh, you're in an ARAM with me. That automatically means you suck. Okay? That is like, and I say the same thing when I would play on the Rift. I would be like, guys, you're playing with me, which means you're really not as good as you think you are. But anyway, are we done for today's episode? Is that the end, or do we need to veer even further off the path? I've enjoyed it. I don't know about y'all.
It's been nice to veer off the path once in a while. It's good.
Yeah,
it's the only path I know, so I.
Fantastic. You fit right in here.
Any of your episodes, except
I know we're not at your level yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it, sir.
We're getting there.
We're trying.
You're above every other podcast. I've like so. I have not seen any of the Dreams podcast things. So or any podcast actually. So
you can go back through and they're all on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can go through them all and re-listen whenever.
Are they on YouTube?
Yeah,
yes.
On YouTube.
YouTube, we have them listed both under Jammy, who is Lucid Nebula, and we have them under mine, which is Mighty Vicious. So all of them are up there, and I try to post them in the past episode section on our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So there's links to all of them there. So, yeah. So next week, before we go, I believe next week we have the creator of Vestige. That's nice. Coming on. And after that, the week after next, we have Saku coming on. Saku's Mind.
Hey.
So we have, starting with Aecert, we got some heavy hitters coming. And whenever we can get that answer for dude, you're a heavy hitter. Don't you make that goddamn face. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm humbled or honored, I guess. I don't know. To be referred as a heavy hitter.
You are. Like, and you know, honestly, the part of the issue is I think sometimes we hit too heavy. We need to get some of the smaller creators on here. But
it's not like an issue, honestly.
But do you have a podcast on Jammy's channel? Not yet, but we have been talking about it.
We have been talking about it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things we're still working on in the background. We're still fairly new. But catch us here every Friday. If you're on the East Coast, it's 3 p.m. EST. If you're over there with Jammy with the lotion lobby, it's 8 p.m. BST.
Did you just make that up? Like, where did that come from? I'm sorry.
No, I just made it up. That's how my mind works.
I just want to make sure I'm not missing like an inside joke or something.
It's classic Vicious. This is what he does.
Yeah, once my mind grapes start, fermenting, it's just that's when I just go with things, and yeah, my mind is fantastical. But anyway, so Aecert, is there anything you would like to say to the Dreamiverse, like words of wisdom, words of hope? Is there something you could say to help the community?
Okay, so everyone freaking out about the player base dying, don't. It's all good. Just it's pretty steady right now. Wait until multiplayer. Then if it doesn't grow, then I'd start freaking out. What else? If you need Dreams help, my Discord is a really good place. There are very competent people, including me, that will help you. Yeah. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Those two things. I don't know.
Awesome. Oh, Pillow Keeper. Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah, Pillow. Okay.
Yeah.
But seriously, like the ask for help channel in my Discord, someone will respond to you. So yeah.
Nice. But that's what this community is all about.
Exactly. No, it's
people helping people. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
and
Andy is shout out to Andy, honestly. Holy shit. Do you guys know Andy Mation B? Have you interviewed him yet?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
You should ask him. He is.
If you got that inside track, send them our way.
Sure.
I stuff.
But do you guys know him?
I do not know personally.
You don't know him? No, okay, perfect. He is the sculptor for Pig Detective, the character.
Okay.
And I mean, among other things, but
the whole Team Pig Detective is definitely under our radar. They are definitely someone we want.
Aren't they doing an episode with Andy on Dream Bubble?
I have literally no idea.
I think I saw that on Twitter earlier today that they're doing an episode where they interview the Pig Detective team. So I was thinking I'll check that out. But yeah,
but you're just saying you wanted like lighter hitters, I think. So no offense at all to Andy, but I'm saying like that. I think he is a little known creator that would be a wonderful interview, in my opinion. But.
Great.
And I did not plan on saying this at all. It's just, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it happened organically. Like it always does in the lotion lobby.
Little fermenting brain.
What would you start with the lotion lobby?
I'm just saying it happened organically, like in the lotion lobby. But so yeah, send them our way. Send them our way.
I will. So, but yeah, this has been really fun. Thank you for having me. I have never done an interview before.
Understand that you can always come back. All you have to do is let us know.
Yeah.
So
you let me know. I am available every Friday.
We keep it light and breezy. It's all good.
Hold on one second.
Here in the lotion lobby.
Yes. Here in the Made in Dreams podcast, aka the lotion lobby.
Yeah.
So
Jesus, I hope chat don't make that stick next episode.
I hope they do. And here with us this week is Jamie James, CEO of the Lotion Lobby.
Oh my god!
All right, so
god. Time to go.
Who's on? I guess who should we throw? Well, Wooshy's on. Wooshy's always there.
Oh yeah. Look for a raid, of course.
Yeah, let's go ahead and set up for Wooshy. I believe he's working on his next project.
Tamba. What does that mean? Is that a game? There are not very many Dream streamers right now. Oh, it's Tenia is. It's All-Star.
Tenia is in. So I'll let y'all vote. Who are we rating? Are we rating Tenia? Are we rating Wooshy? And that's all I have on my list. That's
I try to follow every Dream streamer, so then when I'm looking for raids, I don't even have to go to the category. I just look at my follows.
There we go. Well, then it looks like Tenia is where we're going. So, wait. We have 2 for Tenia, 2 for Wooshy. Yeah, I could do a poll, but I like just looking at it. So I'm going by eye here. So we have a tie. Whoever goes next gets to decide.
You might need a recount. I don't know.
No, because I see Tenia, Wooshy.
I was attempting to make an election joke. It's fine. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Don't worry about it.
And it goes to Tenia.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. So, and with that, let's go ahead and get that set up. And I guess join us here next week. And Jamie, if you have anything you need to say, go ahead and get it out. And just know that we will continue to bring you excellent coverage of dreams and rants about everything under the sun.
And in the next couple of weeks, the Lotion Lobby will be open, and then everyone can put their pre-orders in.
I love that he's accepted it. I love it. I love it. I can't. Oh, God. Yes. And that is a lesson in peer pressure and badgering and bullying. This is what we do. This is what we do. So with that, I'll see everybody. Well, we will all see everybody a little bit later. As in a week from now. Unless you check in with us on Wednesday when I'll be ranting about something entertainment-based. So, later, everybody.
All right. See you guys later. It's been fun.